All right, so William is coming out on the 30th in the morning and all servers at the same time, and it's time to cover how to use him, how to build him, and his teams. So, unfortunately for William, at launch he's not going to be the best, and especially with Mario roaming everywhere and him being a blue unit, specifically meant to be on mono blue, it's going to be hard for him to really excel at first, but then we're going to get some mono blue units such as Zora and Clover Noel over the next month afterwards, and it's going to go much smoother for William, and he's going to be in a very good spot after that time. So let's cover him right now. He is a unit that doesn't really need much investment, so it is actually pretty good. You could just keep him at 0 dupes and you'll be fine. So let's go straight into his kit, just talk about what exactly he does. Okay, this is going to be a pretty chill, relaxing guide video since, I mean, I don't know how many people care for it, but still, I think I personally am very passionate about this William. So he's a defender, okay, that means he's at 100 speed, but he will have very good supporting capabilities at the same time, while also having some damage and also being able to tank very well. So starting off, skill 1, per 1000 defense, he gets 8% increased damage dealt, which you could get very high damage increases, and you will actually see that this skill 1 will be doing pretty good damage considering what it is, okay? I actually do find myself using the skill 1 a lot more over the skill 2 in a lot of instances, and it's very good. Now, if counterattack is present on an ally, he gets an 80% defense increase. I'm pretty sure that is an AoE, 80% defense increase for everyone, so it's honestly like one of the better skill 1s in the game. I feel like skill 1s have been getting a lot better, which is very nice considering how prominent silence and absolute silence are. Now the skill 2 is when there's counterattack present on yourself, you inflict taunt for 2 turns on a target. I will always forever stand by 2-turn taunt, but it's way better on someone like Mario as it's on the skill 1, but still this is really good, right? Like 2-turn taunt, hell yes, right? Now with the skill page, it puts barrier block, which is good for now. Like it's okay, it's nice on paper, it works well, it's nothing too crazy, but it's not really as needed when you get to someone like Clover Noel who has it on her skill 1, so it's not like necessary to get his skill page, but I mean it's good enough. Now his ult is actually really good if you have him with a counterattack team. Okay, what it does is it applies 34% damage reduction outright, puts 2-turn debuff immunity too, which actually works very well in combination with someone like Zora, as Zora gives AoE debuff immunity turn 1, and then after obviously that 1 turn, then you could put this 2-turn debuff immunity, so pretty good. Now, when an ally has a counterattack, it gives 5% damage reduction. I've never seen it stack more than 5%, so I don't think it's multiple. I don't know, maybe it's just some JP thing, I have no idea, but it's only 5%, even though they made it seem like it could be up to 20% since it says for each instance, but I have no clue. Now it also extends counterattacks, which is very good, except for in instances where you're fighting Mario, she AoEs, then everyone hits Mario, and then obviously at max dupe, Mario applies a burn every time she's hit, and every counter is going to be a reproc of a burn, so not the best for counterattacks in that instance, but it doesn't happen too often from when I've used mono blue, which I've made 3 videos in the past, I think 2 or so weeks. 3 I think, depending, because we're the 22nd, but you're seeing this video on the 28th I think, so in a while, right? So I mean, I've made 3 videos in mono blue, and like it hasn't happened to me too much where Mario is going to go too crazy. Now AoE combo, really good, 60% stun chance, I like it, nothing to complain about. Gonna move on. I mean, you'll end up using it and it's actually going to be good. Now his unique passive is going to give protection to the DPS basically for 2 turns. Protection obviously makes it so you cannot target that person even with a combo. So like, you know how a taunt, if you're taunted, you combo, then you're able to kind of bypass the taunt. Well, you cannot bypass the protection, you cannot target the person with protection. Now his dupe's kind of pointless. Dupe 2 gives shock AoE, and I've already explained it in a lot of videos, but it's just pointless. Even with luck at max dupe, it just doesn't have purpose turn 1 because luck uses his skill 2 turn 1, even if luck is max dupe. So just LR plus 2 not needed. LR plus 5 gives a damage increase when he's attacked to the attacker. You don't need to go for it. Keep him at dupe 0 and you're fine. Okay, now if you want to level up some skills, go for the skill 1 and the combo. Those are the 2 most important skills, as the skill 1 does damage and the combo needs the stun chance. Get it to level 4 and you're good for that. Now, as for skill pages, this one is actually not bad because every turn you grant a 45 up to 120% of own defense as HP recovery to the ally with the lowest HP ratio. And until Clover Noel comes out, this is actually going to be insane, right? So 45% if we look at it. I'm rocking 30k right now, but that could go up to, with defense buffs, especially with Zora, up to like 90k. And this could be a good 30k heal, right? And once you get it up like to max, if you get it up to max, do more whale levels, but it's actually a really good skill page to have maxed out if you just want to heal. And obviously it puts the barrier block, so you don't need any prerequisites for that, but it's going to be very good. Now personally, I think this one works a lot better if you just want to outright DPS in a lot of cases. 80% defense at max dupe, which you could get this pretty easily. You could actually grind this from the memory hall, so note that. And then increase 10 healing, which not too crazy, but whatever. And then Seke's also gives increased defense by 30% and 5% max HP. So those are 3 options. The music went on for this. I have no idea why, but anyway, that was a bit of a jump scare. So that's going to be it, right? These are the main skill pages. He's a defender. There's not many options, considering if we go to the skill pages, 2 of these, right? 2 of these are fest ones, and then the other ones are not really too good. If you want to run one, this one isn't horrible in getting extra fortify, but personally, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this either. So this is the best talent build. Okay, you could just look at the icons and kind of refer to that on global. But basically, the 20% defense plus the debuff immunity when you go below 35% HP is the best. And on here, getting the debuff immunity when you resist damage is also very good. Plus just some extra damage from this accuracy. If you want to put increased healing, you could go ahead and do that. Now on the top, going for crit damage and damage is just safe, right? Now for this one, you would go attack and magic attack. For this one, you could go defense, obviously because he scales off of defense and he's a tank. And for this, you could go speed. I'd say speed will be probably the best. If not, go crit res, because obviously crit res works very well just on a bunch of people. Now, this is my build on him. Honestly, not a bad build, okay? The defense obviously is going to increase his damage. Then you want speed. So these are the 2 main sets. Now, once we get this later on, especially on global for the max transcended, this one's just going to be good main on anyone, right? Because turn 1, you stop damage by 20%. And as Mario is very prominent, this is going to be a very, very, very good set. Now, besides that, you could use a HP set, an attack set. Even the damage reduction set would not be bad. This last slot is very kind of whatever. You want to build it like this, okay? You want to have 4 rectangle defense pieces and 3 pieces to get the sets, right? So I would say these 2 sets for sure. Then the last slot could be whatever you have the best gear of for either attack, HP, damage reduction. Okay, this one later on, and I don't think I would put any others. If you really want to put another one, you can actually put the clown set too, as it's going to put a bit reduced in damage, and he will be using his skill 1 quite a lot, and it lets you reduce damage via the skill 1. So as for substats, you're going to want defense and crit res mainly. The rest doesn't really matter. You could go for a bit of HP, that works fine, but mainly defense and crit res is what you would want to strive for. On the top, going for defense, and then this slot mainly HP, but if you have a crit rate piece, it's fine. But going for double defense works it, because obviously he scales off of defense on that skill 1, and it's going to help him tank way better. Building a mono blue team on launch is going to be very difficult when William comes out. This is the team that you're going to probably have to build, but then 2 weeks later Zora comes out, and then you could just slot this in. Now, why am I putting luck? At 2 dupes, okay, very important actually. At 2 dupes, if I can find luck, he gets 70% damage reduction when a counterattack is present on him. Now, what's good about this is that luck is able to give himself the counterattack when it's his turn, and then afterwards William is going to apply the counterattack extension, so it's going to be there even longer. So Luck's going to get also damage reduction from this skill 2, sorry, where he's going to get damage reduction from William's ult, and then Luck also himself is giving himself the damage reduction, plus Ghost has damage reduction. Zora's going to reduce magic attack, all that good stuff. Now, there's going to be the mono blue team, so even if you want to put the Halloween Noelle, if I could find her, it would not be a bad idea. Now, later on, you're also going to see teams, in my opinion, that work better with Noelle, okay? Noelle reduces damage turn 1, which against Mario teams is very strong when you combo it with Zora, as in mono blue, he is the quickest unit in the game. 127 speed, quicker than speed William, okay? So this is like one of the main teams that I personally use. Now, even later on, you could even put Noelle into this with William, and this team is perfect. Noelle reduces damage, Noelle reduces damage, Zora reduces damage, Zora gives damage reduction, William gives damage reduction, Noelle heals, Noelle is going to be your damage dealer on this team essentially, and William's going to do damage, Zora's going to do damage, Noelle's going to do damage. So it's a pretty rounded team overall that works very well because of the fact that everyone does a bit of damage and it kind of goes well together. They are able to sustain, and over time it's going to be better. And this team you're going to be able to get soon enough. I would say honestly though, like not counting Noelle though, like you're going to be able to get this team in a month from now. because Noel is the next seasonal. So in about a month, you're going to be getting Noel, and Zora is coming out in about 2 weeks from the release of this video. So this team will be more than doable. Now, you can put Julius. It's just going to be that he's going to die very quickly compared to Luck, as Luck has his ridiculous amount of damage reduction. But if you do that, I mean, still Ghost is going to be available as an option early on before Noel comes out, right? This is not a bad team either. Just I would recommend Luck over Julius in a lot of instances, as long as Luck is 2 dupes. If not, going for Julius is fine, but if you're investing into Mono Blue, I feel like Luck is a bit of a better option in my personal opinion, as I've been using them. That's kind of what I've been seeing, because 70% damage reduction is better than none, and it's not like the Mono Blue team is giving too much damage reduction AoE. Zora gives 20, William gives his 34, Ghost gives his like 40, but then over time it's just going to be you have to get more turn 1 damage reduction, which then leads you to switch out Ghost, right, and then putting in Noel, okay, and then Luck is going to need to buff himself more to keep him alive, and that 70% damage reduction is going to go clutch. So William, pretty fun unit. I actually have showcased him quite a bit on the Mono Blue videos if you want to check him out. I actually do like his DPS that you're going to see, and his tanking capabilities are actually quite high, if I'm being honest, right? They work out pretty well, especially with this damage reduction. So yeah, definitely a good unit. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.